Hello everyone, welcome to Parkmount Financial's Insights page. Today we have something very special. It's the Oppenheimer special where we are talking about uranium. There's been a rumor on Wall Street that uranium is setting up for its third major bull cycle. So here we're going to examine one of the latest research reports from Bank of America Global Research and discussing what the findings are and whether or not they believe that there is potential here in the future. Let's start with the history. Uranium is the primary commodity involved in generating nuclear energy. Energy is the biggest economy in the world, fueling everything from the food we eat to the cars we drive, and everything in between is all made possible by energy. Now, nuclear energy specifically depends on uranium. In the past, we've seen two other major bull cycles for uranium. The first was in the 1970s when OPEC embargo and the Iranian Revolution emerged, and we saw the first build out of nuclear reactors as a source of energy. That fueled demand for uranium and caused prices to just inch steadily higher to the tune of 580% increase over that time period. The second major uranium bull cycle was in the early 2000s. What happened then? Well, China, the biggest growing country in the world, was developing a nuclear strategy, putting more nuclear reactors online, and all the while there was a major disruption in the supply chain when a lot of the uranium producers and their mines where they're producing the uranium from became flooded, causing prices to soar higher. So the question remains, is this setting up to be a similar cycle where demand will outstrip supply? We've noted that supply is trending significantly lower than demand in recent years, as you can see on this chart. And now, why is that? Well, in 2011, there was a Fukushima nuclear reactor disaster where people died. There was lots of nuclear waste, and that was a global awareness of how dangerous nuclear can be. It fueled a lot of pessimism on nuclear projects, and the build out of new nuclear reactors became halted. It became kind of taboo to talk about nuclear in that time period, and as a result, demand shrunk, causing prices of uranium to fall, and to the point where uranium producers actually couldn't even turn on a profit, so they had to just shut their doors, which resulted in significantly lower supply, which we're dealing with today. Now, as I'm speaking, the global events have shifted, demand has shifted, and supply is coming online, and it's a question of whether or not it's going to be able to catch up or maybe even outpace what the demand is forecasted to be. On the demand side of things, we are now seeing this renewed interest in uranium and nuclear energy as a source of the world's energy. Why is this? Well, it's all fueled by nationalism of energy independence. Ever since the Russia invasion of Ukraine situation and all of the economic sanctions that followed, people have become more attuned to the fact that this global energy dependent situation could potentially cause significant crises and inflation if they're not prepared to source energy from a number of different places. Now, in addition to providing a new avenue of sourcing energy, it's also incredibly efficient. As you can see here on this chart, energy from nuclear that you get per dollar you put into it is the greatest ROI compared to any of the other major energy sources. So there's a very cold, rational case in why people should increase their focus on nuclear energy as a source for in their country's energy. Thirdly is the climate change scenario. I can't turn on the TV or open my Instagram without seeing sun and all the different crazy storms that we've been experiencing around the world. Politicians are aware of this, and they are looking for ways to develop clean energy as a way to help support their climate change initiatives. Nuclear apparently is one of the cleanest energy sources that is available. And so all of these factors are lining up to really bring into our current environment the need for more energy reactors from nuclear to support our economy. And you can actually see that coming out in the form of government initiatives and policies. Here in the US, we have the CHIPS Act, which is a $30 billion energy subsidy for developing nuclear, in addition to a 30% tax credit that nuclear energy producers will get. In Canada, they have a 15% tax credit program for nuclear energy production. In the UK, they've got initiatives to grow their nuclear energy production 3 times over the next couple of decades. In China, that's been an initiative for a number of years and continues to be. And so the world is now coming into an awareness of this need for nuclear energy production. And you can see on this chart the forecast for energy reactor projects coming online over the next few years is significant and a big change from where we were in the past when we thought we didn't need it. Now, the question remains, is this going to be a good investment? It's hard to say. As an investor, what you want to do in the face of an uncertain world is make a variety of investments in areas that might not be so correlated to each other. The unfoldment of energy and the investment in companies that are in the business of producing uranium or producing nuclear reactors is potentially a great place to be. As you can see, again, we are in an uncertain world. And so here at Parkmount, we work with investors to help them produce a portfolio that resonates with their goals and their risk abilities and what they want to see in the future in terms of potential capital appreciation. And we help them to work out their plans for their retirement income, for their tax efficiency, for all of these different areas to work together to create a bright future. And remember, that always starts with taking action today to set yourself up. So please follow along to our channel for more insights. Please feel free to contact us if you have any questions or want to discuss your financial planning.